Hi guys, this is Jennifer. I am going to show you how to navigate through touring plans. So I know earlier today there was a little discussion in the group about what exactly touring plans is helpful with. One of those things is creating a park plan for you. So the first thing to do is log on to touring plans and go to the section that says Walt Disney World, which is where I'm at. You're going to scroll down to the side and you're going to click on personalized touring plans. Now that is going to go to the page to create. So we're going to create a plan. Now this is where we start. We're going to name the plan. Now you can come up with a fun name or you can just be lame and name it for what park you're going to. This one, we're going to Animal Kingdom this day, and we're going on December 3rd. We're going to click on which park it is, of course, and that's Animal Kingdom. So this area right here, this shows you the park hours for that park on that day. So if the park has extra magic hours that day, it's going to pop up there and it's going to give you the option to select it. So like here, Magic Kingdom, they have extra early morning magic. And so if you had tickets to that, you can click that you're going. The Christmas parties that day, you can click that you're going to the party that day. So you can, personalize this however it is for you. With Epcot that day, they have extra magic hours, so you can choose that. And then, Epcot has two entrances, one's in the front and one's in the back. So you would choose which entrance you're going to come through when you go. Now, of course, we're doing Animal Kingdom this day, so it's really simple. They don't have any extra magic hours. It's just regular park hours this day. Over here on the side is your info that you want to note to yourself on the plan. This box is going to show up at the top, and this box is going to show at the bottom. So usually I would do a summary at the top if I want to make sure I don't forget kind of, hey, today we're going to, make sure we don't miss going to this certain thing, or, something that you just want to make sure you don't forget. At the bottom, I usually put things like snacks I don't want to miss, things like that. So once you're done, you're going to click Proceed to Attractions. And this is where we choose all the things that we want to do that day. So this person, she wants to do quite a few things. So hopefully we'll have time to fit all of these things in. If it tells you once we've finished that there's too many things, you won't have time, you might have to go back and, remove a few things to make sure you do have time. So that is another thing that it's helpful with. So let's go through all the things she wants to do. And she wants to hit all the rides. And then Gorilla Falls. It's tough to be a bug. Are we doing the rapids? It looks like they are skipping the rapids. We're doing the safari. Let's see. We're going to do Navi. Going to skip that one. Doing Triceratops spin. All right. So those are the rides she's hitting. Now we're going to click to go to shows. Now these are the shows that she wants to do. So we're going to make sure we select those. So she wants to do Lion King and Nemo. Then we want to do the Rivers of Light, of course. And I know Up is on here somewhere. She wants to do that one. And let's see, what else? Make sure, oh, Wilderness Explorers. Okay, so these are all the things that she wants to do there. Now I'm going to click, these are seasonal things when you're visiting during, Christmas. So there's really not a whole lot at Animal Kingdom during the time she's visiting. So there's nothing really she's going to select here. So we'll click proceed. This part is going to be where you enter your dining reservations for the day. So her reservation is Tusker House, and she's going there at 10:20 a.m. Now, you can click your flexibility time to where it doesn't hold you to this specific time. Reservations are a specific time, but they do give you some flexibility. You can check in 15 minutes early typically. You can be 15 minutes late typically. They won't, get too upset with you on that, especially if you're coming from a fast pass or something like that. So then character meals are typically about 90 minutes. So I always hit 90 minutes for that just to make sure that you have enough time to meet those characters and eat. Sometimes your table might not be ready, so you would have to wait a little bit too. It just depends. So once we have that all set up, we're going to click Add to Plan. And she also has a Yak and Yeti this day for dinner. So this is going to be at 6:30. And for that, it's not a character meal, so I'm going to hit 60 minutes for that. Click Add. Now, if you are going to a resort for your dinner instead of in park, Add a Meal is only going to have the in park places. Now you can also get really bad and add in your snacks and things like that. She didn't write, her quick service where she's going to go. If you really know, then you can write that, but you don't want to hold yourself too far into a schedule or you'll drive yourself crazy. So like I said, back to the resort. If you're going to go to, say, Sanaa while you're in Animal Kingdom, you would go to Add a Break, since that's not in the meal area, it's in out of the park. So you're going to click, are you leaving the park? Yes. You would click your dining, and then you can name it whatever. You can write Sanaa here, or you can write Sanaa over here. Then you write your time, just like we did with the dining. You can also add, if you're going to leave to take a nap that day, whatever it is you're doing that's extra, that's not listed, you can come here to add a break and add that on there if you want to. So once we're done with all of that, we're going to proceed. Now, here is where they tell you your plan was created successfully. So they evaluate. But we haven't added our fast passes yet. So here is where we do that. So her fast passes are, she has Everest at 11:10. So I'm going to click fast pass, click on Everest, 11:10. And then her next fast pass is Safari at 12:40. Okay. And then she has Navi at 2:15. And where is that? There it is. Oops. 2:15. Now we're going to click save. Okay, so now we have every single thing entered in here. We're going to scroll to the bottom and we're going to click optimize. So this is where they go through everything and they are going to tell you how much time you're going to have and whether this plan is going to work. You can evaluate how you want this. Walking speed average, waiting versus walking, you can balance that out. I usually keep it as balanced and average, and then I will go back and manually move things around. If you're not sure how to move things around, then you might want to just click straight over to minimize walking because that's going to keep everything more in order and less walking back and forth between things. If you click minimize waiting, what that's going to do is it's going to go through each thing and it's going to say, um, this is going to have the shortest line at this time of day. But that can have you walking all over the park. So it might not be optimal to do it that way if you don't want to be walking back and forth across the huge park. So here it's saying I'm arriving at a different time than preferred, but it's not telling me that I won't have time to do everything. So that's a good sign. What it's going to do is sometimes if the crowds are low, it might say you don't even need to use your fast pass. So you can kind of go according to what it says or not. Now here we're going to go down and look at the map. The map is then going to show you the layout of the park, and here's where we come in. Now, you can see from this that we're doing a little bit of walking back and forth that we might not want to do. So this is when I go and I manually move things around to where we want to do them. So like I know for her, she was thinking she's probably going to rope drop Flight of Passage. So I'm going to move that all the way up to the top. So then we know she had her reservation for breakfast was earlier in the morning. So we probably want to have that closer to the front. Dinosaur is quite a ways from these things, so I usually don't have Dinosaur where they have it. So I'm going to move that around too. I'm I'm going to have to work on this a lot more because I don't like how they have it set up. But so this gives you the gist, though, of what it does. And then once you kind of get things reorganized where you like it, you're going to click evaluate instead of optimize because optimize is where touring plans moves everything where they think that it should be for your time. If you don't want to listen to that, you're going to click evaluate instead because you move things where you for sure want to do them. So then you would click evaluate. And what that's going to do is just give you a time of how long these things are going to take. So we'll just see. I didn't move everything where I wanted it exactly, but I'm just going to show you what it does. And sometimes it does take a little bit to think when you do it that way. Which doesn't make sense that they have Yak and Yeti after Rivers of Light either. So, okay. So here is the setup so far. And like I said, I'm going to keep adjusting these things, but you get the idea. Definitely move those. All right, so that's how it works. Once you get it all set up exactly how you want it, you're going to click your view and print, and it's going to save it for you, and you're good to go. Hope that helps.